Well, I didn't see that coming. Let's talk about Big Hero 6 coming to the MCU. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia. We got a little report on Big Hero 6. That's right. Well, one good thing that seems to have come out of the year that time forgot is the ongoing announcements of various new projects that we're going to get eventually. Now today we got a very interesting report from the DisInsider, which seems to indicate a rather cool but unexpected arrival in the MCU. Now, before we break all this down, I wanted to remind everybody to hit that like and press subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell. Also, don't forget about the big giveaway. We're going to give away this PlayStation 5 at 25,000 subscribers. All you have to do to get in on this giveaway is be a subscriber and leave a comment. Well, currently, the Marvel Universe is in a state of expansion, and it just seems to be picking up more speed. Now, this report we have today comes from the DisInsider, but it's also being carried over on Murphy's Multiverse, so I feel like it's got a little bit of weight to it. Now, the report itself comes from Derek Cornell, and the report coming from over there is that Marvel Studios is about to add Big Hero 6 to the MCU. Now, you've probably heard of this team before, and many people know them from their 2014 Disney animated movie, but the Marvel Comics version is quite a bit different. The team does include Hero and Baymax, as well as Honey and Go-Go, but also some other rather familiar Marvel Comics names such as the Silver Samurai and the X-Man Sunfire. They made their first appearance in the comics in September of 1998 in Sunfire and Big Hero 6 #1. The team would make quite the interesting Pacific-based addition to the MCU, and I think the timing is probably right for the project. Now, obviously at this point, there's not a lot of details about the project, and we're actually going to call this, I guess, a leak. Nothing is ever official until Kevin Feige or somebody from Disney itself confirms it, but as we find out, many of these reports turn out to be true. Now, it's also hinted that they could be appearing in one of Marvel's future series. If you look at the ones that are getting set up for shooting right now, that pretty much seems to point to Secret Invasion. But there's also Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on the horizon, and it makes it super hard to rule out other Marvel projects like the What If series, where that would fit in pretty nicely there. This is a bit interesting, and it was pointed out over on Murphy's Multiverse, but Marvel does tend to sneak in Easter eggs long before upcoming projects. At this point in time, they may have had no idea that they were going to eventually go here, but there was actually a Big Hero 6 Easter egg in Avengers Age of Ultron. Tadashi Hamada's name is actually seen briefly when Tony Stark goes through his list of new AIs to replace Jarvis. Now, I'm pretty sure this doesn't tie to the current Big Hero 6 series, which ends this year, or the Disney Plus spin-off series Baymax, which should come into next year. Actually, if I'm being quite honest, I think if you were expecting the sort of cutesy version of Baymax that we got in the Disney animated version, you might be disappointed in what the MCU is probably going to bring us. The comic book versions of these characters are quite different than the animated version, so I would expect the adaptation we're going to see is going to lean heavily on the comics, but maybe give us a little taste of the animated movie to try to bring in some of those fans. Then there's also all the mutant characters. Kevin Feige has been pretty clear he's going to find new and rather unexpected ways to start seeding various characters like brand new mutants into the MCU. Silver Samurai and Sunfire being part of this team might be one of those setups. We'll have to wait and see. So what do you guys think of Big Hero 6 coming to the MCU? And would you prefer them to stay closer to the comic book variation of the characters? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.